Saurav Sane. Here it is the second video of this video lecture series, which is about the general aptitude. The talking about the general aptitude, it is a part and parcel of any competitive exam like a GATE, MPSC, UPSC, bank exam, or even the very first step of any campus drive is of a general aptitude. So how do you can start preparing this aptitude? There are many books and videos are available, and I am going to tell you what new about my video. I will open up the chapter with a very easy, moderate and hard question, and will tell you to how to guess the type of question. Once you get to know the type of question, you can solve any question from this chapter. At the end of video, we will solve the previous exam questions, and benefit of this is you get to know the what different questions asked in a different competitive exam. And once you can solve this, you build up your confidence, and that is more important if you are preparing for this competitive exam. So here it is starting one of the important chapter in general aptitude, that is the speed, distance and time. It is a speedometer. What the speed it is showing? It is a 80 km/h. What that means is, if you maintain that 80 km/h, you will cover up 80 km within 1 hour. The basic equation is speed is equal to distance per unit time. So the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. So that means distance covered kilometer, time is in hour. So important conversion here we require, that is 80 km/h, kilometer per hour. To convert kilometer into meter, what I need to do? Multiply by 1000. And to convert hour into second, 60 into 60, 3600, this much of second. So now it's converted into meter per second. So what you get? To convert a kilometer into meter per second, we need to multiply 1000 by 360. 2 5 is 10, 2 18, 36. Okay. That means to convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second, multiplying factor is 5 by 80. And to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, the multiplying factor is it is a 18 by 5. Okay, these equations conversions are important. As I said, this is an important equation. Now I will tell you how to guess the type of question. So very first type 1 of question, in that the speed is the constant. If this speed is constant, so distance by time ratio is a constant. What it means, if there are two bodies A and B, if these two bodies having same speed, they will travel the same distance in the same time. Let t is equal to 10 seconds. If I increase the time, let t is equal to 12 seconds. Now they will cover the same distance. So what means, if I increase the time, distance increase. Why? The speed is a constant. You will get more clarity by this example. If this is a train moving on this straight line with a constant velocity v, and if a man standing here, now I will consider the case that this train is crossing this man. When it will be crossed? When this front end of the train is here, yes, it is the start of a crossing. When this train move forward and the tail end of this train is here, tail end. Now it is a completely crossed. So now what is the distance traveled by the train? It is the start of the crossing, end of the crossing. So this much of a distance is covered by the train. So what is this distance? This distance is the same to this distance. This distance same to this distance. So that is the length of the train. So here to cross the man standing near the train, we require speed, which is a v, which is a constant, length of train upon time required to cross. So as the length of a train is more, the more time is required. So it's a very easy part. Now here it is a platform, and same case, that's a train crossing the platform. When it starts crossing, when the front end is here, and when it crosses completely, when train is here, so that means the rear end is here. So now in this case, to cross the platform completely, the distance is this much. What is this distance? Platform length plus length of train. So in this case, the speed is a constant again. So total distance is the length of train plus length of platform divided by time required to cross. Here it is a one term relative speed. What is it? If you are traveling with a train with a certain velocity, and if you look outside from this window, even the outside things are stationary, you feels like they are moving away from you, and the person near to you traveling with the same speed of that train looks like a stationary. So that means speed is a relative term, and that depends on the observer. You will get the relative speed from this example. The same train moving with a speed vt, and consider two different cases. The one man trying to catch this train having velocity vm in this direction, this case 1, and one man trying to catch this train and having direction this. So for which one is easy to catch this train? Yes, for the first case. Why? That there is a term relative velocity. So the relative velocity for the first case is a less. So that's v relative for the first case is a train velocity minus man velocity. In the second case, why it is difficult to catch? Because the relative velocity is much higher. So that's why relative velocity plus sign. So it shows that the relative velocity in the first case is a less compared with the relative velocity in the second case. So the negative sign when it is moving in a same direction. Positive sign is when it is moving in a opposite direction. Now we will solve the example on this. It is the first problem. Given as a train requires 7 seconds to pass a pole, while it is requires 25 seconds to cross a stationary train, which is a 378 meter long, and we need to find out the speed of the train in km/h. So requires 7 seconds to pass a pole, 25 seconds to cross a stationary train, length is given. Okay, so here speed of train is constant, so it is of a type 1. So when the speed is constant, speed is the distance by time. When the speed is constant, distance by time ratio is a constant. So it is the same like a train crossing a stationary man and a train crossing a platform. So here, to pass the pole, distance is the length of a train divided by time required, 7 seconds. And in second case, distance is the length of train plus length of a stationary train divided by time is given is 25 seconds. So length of train is L, so it is L by 7, L plus 378 divided by 25. So it is a 25L is equal to 7L into 7 into 378. So 25L, 7L, it is a 18L. So L is equal to divided by 18. Okay, 717, 7 to 14. So the length of train is 147. So now need to find out the speed. The speed is the length of train divided by 7. 147 divided by 7. It is in a 147 by 7. 147 by 7. It is in a meter per second. So the answer in the options are in the kilometer per hour. So to multiply meter by second, it is a 18 by 5. So I am getting is as 75.6 kilometer per hour. Options are okay. Right option is A. It is a second problem. Given as a two train of length 120 meter and 18 meter are running on a parallel lines in opposite direction with a speed of 35 km per hour and 55 km per hour respectively, and what time in second will they pass each other. So as these two trains are moving opposite direction, there is I need to consider the relative speed. The two trains are moving opposite direction, so it is the plus sign. When they are moving in the same direction, it will be the minus. Here it is opposite, so it is a plus. So it is a 35 plus 55, so it is a 90 km per hour. So I know the equation. Speed is the distance by time. Speed is in the 90 km per hour. I need to convert, so I will multiply by 5 by 18. So distance covered is a 120 meter plus 80 meter. Time will be in the second. So 18 5 25 is equal to 200 by t. So the t will be 200 by 25, that is a 8 second. Option is okay. We had seen the type 1 where the speed is a constant, and we solved two examples of it. Now we will see this type 2 where distance is a constant. Type 2, distance is a constant. If the distance is a constant, speed into time is a constant. To get meaning of this, the two bodies A and B to cover the same distance if the edge speed is more than b. If edge speed is more than b, the time required for the a is a less, as a distance is a constant. That means the speed of b is a less. Speed of b is a less. So that means time required will be more for the b, as the distance is a constant. We will solve samples from this type 2. It is the third question. A train does a journey without stopping in 8 hours. If it had traveled 5 km an hour faster, it would have done a journey in 6 hours 40 minutes. What is the slower speed? Okay, so that means here slower speed is v and the time required to cover this distance is 8 hours. If it had traveled 5 km an hour faster, so the next case speed is the v plus 5. The time is required to reach this destination is 6 hours 40 minutes. In this example, distance is a constant, so it is a type 2. So as we know, speed is the distance by time. When this distance is constant, the speed into time ratio is a constant. So when it was a slow speed v, time required 8 hours is equal to, when it is a fast speed is v plus 5, time required is 6 hours 40 minutes. So I will convert this in hour. 6 hour plus 40 to convert minute into hour, divide by 60. So now I will get 8v is equal to v plus 5 into 20 by 3. 3 into 3 by 20 into 8v is equal to v plus 5. So it will be the 24 by 20. So it is a 6v by 5 is equal to v plus 5. 6v is equal to 5v plus 25. So v is a 25. So it is in a kilometer per hour. Fifth question. Rahul goes to office at a speed of 6 km per hour and return to his home at a speed of 4 km per hour. If he takes 10 hours in all, what is the distance between his office and his home? The options are given. So distance between his office and home is a fixed. So distance is a constant. So it is a question of a type. Second, as a distance is a constant, speed into time ratio is a constant. So now, while going office to home, speed was 6 km and let time required t1 and the returning speed is a 4 km per hour. Let time t2 be the returning time. So it will be the 6t1 is equal to 42. Let it equation 1. Now we have given if he takes 10 hours in all. So that means going to office and returning from the office, it is a 10 hour. By solving these two equations, we will get the answer. So it is a 6t1 is equal to 42. So that means 3t1 is equal to 2t2. So t1 is a 2t2 by 3. Use this t1 in this equation. T1 is a 2t2 by 3 plus t2 is equal to 10. It is a 5t2 divided by 3 is equal to 10. So t2 is equal to 10 into 3, 30 divided by 5, 6 hours. So he will take a 6 hour for his returning journey. And what distance is asked. What is the distance between his office and his home? So we know the speed multiply by time will give the distance. Returning speed is a 4 km per hour. So it is a 4 into 6, that is a 24 km. 24 km. Type 1 of the questions, the speed is a constant. Type 2, distance is a constant. We will see now the type 3 where time is a constant. Type 3 of the question where time is a constant. If the time is a constant, then ratio of distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed ratio is a constant. We will get this from this example. Two bodies A and B. Let's t is equal to 10 seconds. Body covers this much of distance, and t equal to 10 seconds. Body covers this much of distance. Body A covers more distance because speed is more as the time is a constant. Body B compared with the A covered the less distance because speed of B is less compared with the A. We will solve one example from this type 3. The sixth question. Two trains A and B start simultaneously in opposite direction from 2 points A and B. So there are 2 points A and B. So one train is from this side and one train is from this side, and arrive at their destination 9 and 4 hours respectively after they are meeting each other. At what rate train B travel? If first train travels at this is the first train, it is a speed of 80 km per hour. That VB we don't know, we have to find out. So they are moving towards each other so that they will meet somewhere. If both the train have a same speed, they will meet at a middle, and they will require same time to reach the destination after the crossing. But the time is different. So the first train required 9 hours, second train required 4 hours. So that means they will somewhere meet here. So now train A, to cover this much distance, it will require 9 hours. And after this crossing, train B required 4 hours to complete this much distance. Let's take, this is a time T when trains are crossing. It is a distance traveled by A before crossing, distance traveled by B before crossing. So now at a time T when train are crossing, the time for both the trains are same. So the time is a constant at a time of crossing. So that means ratio of distance by speed is a constant. So take distance covered by A, speed is 80 km per hour. Distance covered by B, dB, we don't know speed, it is as it is VB. So now the train A having a speed 80 km per hour required 9 hours to travel this much of distance. So the dB is a distance, is a speed into time. So it is 80 into 9, it is a 720 kilometer. Okay, we have know this dB is a 720 kilometer. So dA is a dA by 80, dB is a 720 VB. So to cover the distance dA for the train B, speed is a VB and time required 4. So the distance dA is equal to speed VB into time required 4 divided by 80 is equal to 720 divided by VB. Do the cross multiplication. VB square into 4 is equal to 80 into 720. VB square is equal to 80 into 720 divided by 4. So VB square is 14400. So taking square root on both sides, it is a 120 km per hour. What is the asked? At what rates second train B travels? So the VB is a speed of the second train, that is a 120 km per hour. If I ask you a question, a man travels A to B with a speed of 40 km per hour and travel 50 km per hour from B to A, then what is the average speed? So it is not an arithmetic mean. We can calculate as 40 plus 50 divided by 2, that is a 45. So it's a different. We will see the concept of average speed. I will tell you how to solve this problem. I take T, a total time required to travel from A to B and B to A. So T will be the T time required from A to B plus time required B to A. T is a distance upon speed. So total distance is D plus D, 2D divided by speed. Time is a distance divided by speed. Distance is what? A to B, D divided by speed is 40. Distance B to A is a D. Speed is a 50. So we will solve this. D cancel. So it will be a 2 by V is equal to 1 plus 40, 1 plus 50. 2 by V is 50 plus 40, 90. 40 into 50. So we will take in this right side. So it will be 2 into 40 into 50 divided by 90. Okay. So this is the average speed. We will get it as 44.44 kilometer per hour. That is the average speed. So you can solve any problem of this average speed by using this equation. Total time required is the summation of individual time. As the distance is the same here, so I can use a shortcut. So the average speed is a 2 times 40 into 50 divided by 40 plus 50. If a question is like this, to cover distance A to B, a man travels 1/3 of the distance with a 40 km/h and remaining distance by 50 km per hour. So let total distance is a D. So I need to find out the average speed. So to find out the average speed, I need to use this equation. Total time required from A to B is the time required to cover the 1/3 distance and time required to cover remaining distance. So what is the time? Distance, total distance D divided by V. So what is the T1? Distance divided by speed. Distance is a 1/3 of a total D divided by 40 plus remaining 2/3 distance divided by 50. So D will be the cancel. So it will be the 1 by V is equal to 1 by 120 plus 2 divided by 150. So 1 by V is equal to 150 plus 240 divided by 120 into 150. So V will be the 120 into 150 divided by 150 plus 240, it is 0.93. So the average speed is a 46.15 kilometer per hour. So we have to always use this equation to solve the problems in the average speed. So one of the important part of this chapter is a stream and boat. Now consider boat on a stream. The boat having velocity Vb and stream having velocity Vs, both in the same direction, and the velocity Vb and velocity of stream in opposite direction. If this is the finishing line, who will be in the race? The first, because the relative speed is more compared with the second case. So the relative speed is V relative is velocity of stream plus velocity of boat, and in this relative speed is velocity of stream minus velocity of boat. So in first case, relative velocity is higher plus relative velocity is less compared with the first case. So if the flow and the boat are in the same direction, it is known as downstream. If the boat and the stream velocity are in opposite direction, then it is a upstream. So there is always a question about the downstream and upstream. So when it is upstream, boat and the stream velocity is opposite in direction, negative sign is there. When it is downstream, both are in the same direction, positive sign is there.
It is the very first question from the previous year exam asked in the GATE 2018 set 1. From the time front end of the train enters a platform, it takes a 25 seconds. For a back of train to leave the platform while traveling at a speed of train speed is given and it requires 25 seconds to cross the platform, and at the same speed it takes 14 seconds to pass a man running at a 9 km per hour in the same direction. We had seen the example train crossing the man and train crossing the platform. In this case of train crossing the platform, speed is a length of train plus length of platform divided by time required to cross the platform. It is a 25 seconds. So where is the speed of the train? That is given 54. I will multiply by 5 by 18 to convert into meter per second. So length of train plus length of platform divided by 25. It will be the 54 into 5 by 18 into 25, 3, 6, 18, it is a 375. So the length of train plus length of platform is a 375. Now I know that the speed, relative speed, is a length of train divided by time required to cross the man. It is a 14 seconds. And in this relative speed is a train speed minus man speed is equal to length of train divided by time required to cross. So it will be LT is equal to, so I need to multiply by 5 by 18 to convert into meter per second. So LT is equal to 5 by 18 into 54 minus 9, 45 into 14. So the length of train is 3, 6, 15, 3, 7, 5, 25 into 7, 175 meter. So the length of train is a 175 meter. So what is asked? Length of train and length of platform. Okay, so as the length of train plus length of platform is 375, length of train is 175, so the length of platform is 375 minus 175. So the correct option is D. It is the second question from the previous year exam asked in GATE 2015 set 1. A tiger is a 50 leaps of its own behind a deer. The tiger takes 5 leaps per minute to deer's 4. So the speed of the tiger is 5 leaps per minute and speed of the deer is 4 leaps per minute. If a tiger and deer covers 8 meter and 5 meter per leap, so what is the distance in meter will tiger have to run before it catches the tiger? Okay, this is the case. Tiger is here, deer is here, so they are moving in the same direction. The speed is given for this individual tiger and deer. So as they are moving same direction, as the tiger speed is more compared with the deer, so tiger will catch this deer here, somewhere here. Let t is equal to time. So the distance, tiger is 50 leaps of its own behind the deer, so it's behind deer by 50 leaps, and the one leap of tiger is 8 meters, so 50 into 8, 400 meter. The speed of the tiger is given 5 leaps per minute and one leap is 8 meters, so 8 into 5, 40 meter per minute, and deer speed is 4 leaps per minute. One leap is 5 meter, so 5 into 4, 20 meter per minute. So at t, the tiger will catch the deer. So the distance, so time for this both are same. So time is a constant. So it is a type 3 of example. When the time is a constant, distance by speed ratio is a constant. So let this is the distance traveled by deer, this is a distance traveled by tiger. So in the case of tiger, distance traveled divided by speed is a 40. In case of deer, distance traveled speed is a 20. So as dt is what? Distance traveled by tiger, which is a 400 plus dd. divided by 40 dd by 20. So it will be a 2 1. So 400 plus dd is equal to 2 dd. So distance traveled by deer is 400 meter. So what is asked? What distance in meter will tiger have to run before catches the deer? So ask is a dt. So dt is now 400 plus dd. So that is 400 plus 400, 800. So tiger here have to cover 800 meter distance to catch the deer. Answer is 800.
So up to now we had seen type of questions in speed, distance, time, and we solved the problems on each type. We solved the previous year exam questions too. So that is the end of this chapter, speed, distance, time. If you have any doubt regarding aptitude and the technical subject, ask me. I am sharing my WhatsApp number. If you like this video, make it like and subscribe this channel and share this video to your friends who are preparing for this competitive exam. Thank you.